Alright guys, so this is what happens when my car sat a few weeks and while I'm replacing the transmission. You can see it's dripping now, if you saw those last couple drips. Yeah, from my tail shaft, and I know it's leaking in the front shaft area too, so that's pretty much why it's gotta go. Get rebuilt. Still no transmission jack. I've been waiting for that for like weeks, so I'm out of patience. I'm gonna drop this cross member, unbolt that thing, and just get it out of here. I've had enough of waiting around. It's coming out. Got me some new tools to help me out with various things. I got me some ratcheting wrenches. Really cheap shit, but it should work pretty well for me. Both metric and standard. The only problem with these things I usually find is that they're a little too wide on the end to fit around some things, but for those narrow areas, they sure as hell work nice. And I finally got myself a nice air ratcheting wrench. You pretty much need these if you ever want to actually work on things. Definitely required. So, got me one of those, and of course, beer. Good motivation. So, I'll have to get this set up and drop the cross member. I also got to take apart my transfer case and I'll see what's wrong with it. I'm pretty sure the bearings are shot in it because it had pretty much no oil. Chain shot, I know that. And it's an open unit. I can demonstrate that maybe right now. Alright, two-wheel drive. Getting that four-wheel drive. There we go. Four-wheel drive, you can pretty much see that now. Whoop. If I hold, well, you can see it's turning, but I can hold it. There's some resistance in it, but yeah, that's how they get away with being able to use four-wheel drive on pavement on this car for this year only. They put an open differential in there. But I was told I could get in a viscous coupler unit from a 128, I think. Or is this the 128? Yeah, this is the 128. The 129, to my understanding, are pretty much both the same, except this one has an open differential and the 129 has the viscous coupler inside of it. So I was going to see about ripping this apart and putting basically a viscous coupler on there. I'll have to count the splines and everything, see if it'll work. According to some people online, it should work. I'll just need to get the right parts. And then the rebuild kit for the 129, because it works for the 128 anyway. And basically turns into a 129 unit and actually have real four-wheel drive for the most part. I mean, it's not going to be locked, you know. There'll be still some slippage. If I hold it tight enough, it's basically got like a clutch system. Think of it that way. It'll slip when it needs to. So it's safe to use on road. So there's all that. And get into this son of a bitch and start tearing her apart, and well, yeah, add to the mess. Well, got this finally set up. Took me a little bit. It'd be nice to actually give you a little connector piece with it, but you know they don't. So anyway, that's how it goes together. It's natural pipe thread, but I threw on some little Teflon tape just to make sure it doesn't leak, and it doesn't. However, their little fitting inside there had absolutely nothing, so it leaked like a whore. Well, a well-used whore, I should say. But now it works pretty nice, because I like quadrupled that Teflon tape. The first time around, it still kept leaking like hell. And I think it still has a little tiny leak to it, but you know, it works. And then I dumped it with oil, so it sprayed itself with oil. So it should never rust up anyway. And I think I've also exceeded the pressure limit long enough. It's only supposed to be 90 and I'm running 120. See if I care. Cheap tools like 15 bucks. That should give me just about 90, close enough. Let's see how close that was. Not really. We can bump that up a little bit. Just fast. So while we're running, we should be getting a 90 psi needs. Close enough. Alright, now we can finally get into our transmission. Yay. Alright guys, I'll give you a quick update on the process so far of removing the automatic, and I'll get off and say this. This will definitely be the last automatic vehicle I'm getting. I will go up my way just to get a freaking stick shift. But yeah. It's coming along painfully. I struggle a little bit just disconnecting those little connector pieces for the shifter. They just pop in and out. And the cooler lines, I got that rear one out, but that front one, it twisted, unfortunately, because it's just that fucking line nut is just seized with the line for some fucking reason. So the line got twisted, and at that point I was pretty pissed off, because that means I'm probably going to have to mend up my own line, because I don't think there's going to be a single case of a replacement line for an AMC Eagle, period. So I just cut it. I just fucking, it needs replaced now for sure though. I mean, it get twisted right up. It's like, you fucker. And that was with me with a little stubby wrench too, because you know, you got the bottom of the transmission, you got the bell housing sitting right there, you got your fucking floor sitting right there, and you got the fucking line going in there, surrounded by all these things, and all you could fit is a little stubby wrench. And I still bent the line trying to get that out. Try to get that away from there because this light's hot as hell. But what I think we're gonna do is support the rear of my engine with my little jack stand here and a piece of wood, or something like that, or support the end of my transmission for now with this. No, because then that would just make it complicated. Basically, I have to work around this piece of wood, because that's what I got to hold it. Crossmember came out pretty easily. Everything's been pretty much coming out easily, other than that stupid fucking transmission line. It pisses me off. I just wish it would just come out. Starter came out relatively easy, 2 bolts. Nice Ford part. Hey, that'll never fail. Hopefully. Air ratchets working wonders, you know, making everything pretty well easy for me. Same with these ratchet wrenches. I'm glad I picked those up. They help a lot. Made things go faster. What else? What else to mention? Yeah, other than that fucking transmission line, there is one little electrical connection, but it just pops off pretty easy with that. And I have a, I think it's my kickdown band. I noticed when I was undoing it, the spring on it was pretty rusty and really not strong at all. It's sitting down in there. You can see a spring. That spring. Yeah, that thing's really loose, so I think I might someday when I get this thing put back together, in the process of doing that, I'll probably pick up myself a new spring at a hardware store. It's pretty close, just to tighten it up, because I mean, I was just able to just, it was so loose I can imagine it just literally flopping around with the breeze underneath the car going down the road, kind of weak. And I don't think that's really great for the transmission for response purposes. So there's that. That might help me performance wise anyway, getting that. I'll probably tackle these starter cables too, but yeah. There you can kind of see that electrical connector right there. It's a little 3-prong thing. Here's your rear line. That came out pretty easy. Little rear connection there for your cooler. That thing just pops off. It took me a little plier and just yanking that off. Same with this kick down here. I'll show you this. Yeah, it's pretty weak. That's the same spiel. There's my cut line. You can see here I bent it. I bent it back a little bit, but I'm thinking, you know, that's just gonna need to replace now anyway. And there's where I cut it, so we'll deal with that when this thing's dropped out of here, just to see how fucking ridiculously tight that is. Here's your vacuum lines for your transfer case. I was missing a nut on my mount, which I don't see how, because I already replaced the mount. The mount's fucking new, so I think one of my nuts or the bolt just loosened up and fell out. I know there was two of them in there, and that's really surprised the shit out of me. That just worked its way out or something, because I know it was in there when I did it. Fluid's still leaking, not too much in there to begin with. But yeah, I think I'll just throw this little jack stand underneath my oil pan just to support the back of the engine, or I could just start unbolting it now, because the top two bolts are already missing, and that's probably why this transmission has some problems. Funny. I think I might just give myself a little break here. I mean, I'm still really pissed off about that stupid fucking coolant line. Well, the transmission line to the cooler. I know I could probably just plug them up and drive it for the meantime. I mean, the cooler's not completely necessary. I think it's actually an option on this car for towing. I'll have to look that up, so I might be alright just plugging the lines and just not using the cooler for the time being, because you know, like I said, it's probably an option for this car for towing, if I remember correctly, because I remember looking up these cars before I got it and everything. Because mine does actually have the hitch and everything, and I think it actually might have the gear ratios for towing too. Again, something to look up, researching my car. And I'm gonna hose down my cross member. It's fucking nasty. In fact, I already put away the old mount just to give you a comparison. Yeah, you can tell it's slipping a little bit. There's only one bolt on there. You can see how much crud built up on there since I replaced it. So I'll have to clean that off, get it nice and clean again, and get it dirty again. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a break. Just giving you an update and how it's going so far, and catch you some video of it finally coming out, hopefully. So far, pain in the ass. And I haven't even opened that up yet. Alright guys, I think we're about the final stretch. Getting that one last thing before we start getting those actual bell housing bolts, and you should know what that is. Yeah, I get these torque converter bolts. There's a flywheel, or we flex plate out. Flywheel flex plate. You can see there's that one. I kind of got a light and a camera light too. It'll turn on. There you go. Anyway, you spin the engine over and you just get those out as they come to you. I already got two of them out using my handy dandy air ratchet, which I've been making supreme use out of. Back of the transmission currently held up by a jack stand, and hook it up here, support it here using that table. Yeah, and it will come out, hopefully. Like I said, those two top bolts, which are the biggest pain in the ass, already gone. You can see the debris sitting in there. Hopefully that's mostly just the starter gear wear. We'll see. Like I said, two bolts missing on the top. Kind of see like the silver metallic fluid. Yeah, not good shit. Anyway, this is the only spot I can get it. You can see the head of this is too big to fit in there, so right up in there like wit. Shit. Didn't mean to do that. Ugh. And she's out. That stripped a little bit though, unfortunately. Just a minor amount. So it's number 3. I can almost turn this thing with a fucking hand, because you know, not a lot of compression. Wish I could get that thing rammed over by hand. But anyway, a little 3/4 inch turn it a little bit. You just get the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Got one bolt here, got the other bolt here, top two gone, two on the other side. This thing can pop out too. My dipstick, get that out of the way. I think I got every electrical, all the linkage done, so yeah. Hopefully I can get it out without it dropping, because it'll just be all me. No more help now. They all left and said fuck it. Well, they never came in the first place. So. Alright. Yeah, that's kind of the spiel. It's upside down table. Yeah, it kind of cradles around it, so I think that we'll have to do. I don't have a ratchet strap, so if it falls, it just falls. I don't care anymore. I want it out of here. I got two bolts, the intermediate ones at least. They're still through the holes. The nuts are off the end of them, so once I undo those last two bolts, I should at least still have two small bolts kind of holding it sort of in place, but it should be loose at that point, and then I can see about dragging it out sideways, of course. I probably should reposition this a little bit better, but I just don't even know. I'm just going by guesstimations and shit by now. Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'll just kind of pry it out slowly and just see how it goes, I guess. Anyway, let's get started on it there. Alright. That went smooth. This is gonna get both transmission out. That's like putting that in like a screw set or something. Which I feel shot. Whatever, I'll probably just. Oh, there we go. Fucking hell. Piece of shit. Get the hell out. Well, it's a new problem. Caught on the wire. So, well, I guess that makes a neat little hanger for your dipstick. Oh, there we go. Should have got that a little sooner. Oop. Alright, now we can get this. Shit. Oops. Oh shit. Alright, there we go. Got a little too far with that. It's still finger loose, huh? Alright, maybe my little contraption jack here is working out better than I thought it would. Still pretty sketchy though. Yeah, no, that's not the right way to use it. That should be the last motherfucker. According to everything. Whoa, that just came right out. Okay. There's that. I think I need to back it off. Now we'll reach for sure. Because we're pretty much there already. Alright. Jack. You just do your job. We'll figure the rest out. Need more lift in the back, I think. Something like that. Or maybe I could just drop it. Fuck it. Just gonna lower it. I don't want to get anywhere this way. It's off the damn dowels. There. Lower it slightly. And now I see where it's shifted. Oh boy. This is why I wanted help. Oh shit. Kind of slow. Well, anyway, nice knowing you, buddy. Now, is it off or is it just fucking wrong with me? I mean, that looks pretty off to me. Just so I can lower the jack stand. Probably actually. damn. Alright, too heavy, Eagle. Fuck you then. Alright. I ain't too heavy. Shit. I could have probably just manhandled this up. Actually, no. That part of it. Final stretch. Now it's just a balancing act with the jack, I guess. I should probably get the creeper rope. Well, fuck it. Once it's out, I'll just carry it. Fucking hell. I have to wait for this for months and months and months and months and months and months and months. Fucking winter ruins your shit. Fucking freezing ass. Not going through all that shit. I'm bounced. Lucky first guess. Woohoo! She's coming out. She's coming out. Yeah. Well, I wish this jack had a shorter handle. How's that balance it? What the fuck? Oh, it's just generally leaning on shit. Okay. So it's gonna fall. Come on. This jack's jacked. Yeah. That worked. Woohoo! Got her. Now, can I get slid under my car? Probably not. Woohoo! Now, get it. Go. Yes! First transmission removal, guys. You can see the debris inside there. How's these two bolts we couldn't figure out? I'm not sure if there was actually a center one in there. I'll have a look at that for certain now. But you can see how well the table fits. Fuck yeah. Here's that line that is like seized up in there, and you can see just how much of a pain in the ass that is to grab. This is a shifter. It's like kick down or something. Rear line, electrical connector. Pretty simple looking transmission overall. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's an accomplishment. See, the center one's kind of not really that. Now they're the top ones. Oh, like I said, I'll just fuck around with that later. And yeah, there we got it. Big empty space. Holy shit! I did it. I did it. I'm gonna have a couple beers. I did it. I did it. Oh my god. Woo! Yay. Anyway, there she is. I tried spraying it down with some degreaser and shit and giving it a little scrub, but I'm gonna need like 10 cans of that. This can's almost empty, and I bought that originally for my engine. I'll just let the machine shop take care of the, well, transmission shop take care of the rest of the cleaning up. I got it fairly decently clean enough for them anyway, at least where they can give a quick look at it. I hope that's just a nasty looking casting mark and not actually a really nasty crack, but it's probably a really nasty crack considering that it only had those two and those two halfway out holding it in, and it had that for I don't know how many miles, long before I bought it probably. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty nasty looking. Missing one of my transmission mounting bolts at random. There was two, like, not even a year ago. 3-prong connector. Pretty simple transmission. Yep. I gotta clean up this whole mess. Alright then, I'm gonna take a few, come back out, and take a gander at cleaning up this mess. I'm gonna call it a day then.